I am never ready when I start these. I'm like always preparing until the last second, right before. Oh, come on, new hair. Yes. Hello.
Thank you. Hello, hellos. No, it was fun. No, because I have a tendency to do the same thing where I wait until the last minute to get stuff done, and I'm like, I gotta get better with that. I got to stop.
Hi, Sienna. Welcome, Poops.
Hi, how are you? I feel like I'm on the call with a bunch of baddies right now. Ailey, I've never seen your hair down. Sanaya, wait, how do you say your name?
Sienna.
Sienna, oh, damn, reading is fundamental, and I did that. Sienna, you are so adorable. And Jazz, always hair on point, face there sitting, okay?
Thank you. Not Robin coming in here. See, look at this beautiful black man just commenting all of these beautiful women. Like, this is the energy. This is the community I have
Okay,
created.
look, we love black women in this house.
Period. Lord bless this house.
Okay. I need to get me some little shelves like you have, Ailey. I have a bunch of pops and stuff that are just
collecting dust and not on the
no,
beautiful
they're just right up there. Yeah, you can't really see them because they're.
We got shelves for wigs, but not for
this is the real wig wall on this
Look
side.
at the wig.
Okay, I'm about to say, I got you. I can give you the link. Hold on, let me pull it up because I love these shelves. They're so nice, and it took me no time to set them up.
I'm scared of shelves. I'm scared of drilling holes into walls, y'all. I rent.
Why?
That's why my plaque is still not hung to this day.
Don't be scared. Once you do it, you feel so powerful.
Exactly. Like, just get the drill and just go at it. I promise.
I put up all these shelves.
I'm gonna cause cracks in the wall.
Okay, that is also fair. You got a man to do that for you. And though I am a man,
too. We scared.
When I put up these shelves, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so butch. I live.
Because anytime I put up shelves or anything that I have to do around the house construction wise, I got independent woman playing in the back. Like all you hear is INDEPEN. Like
the way that I thought of Destiny's Child instead of that song.
That's where I went
generation.
I'm a women
independent.
That'll be playing next. No worries.
Let's start a playlist.
Yes.
Well, okay. Welcome, family. The people are here. Whether you are able to have your camera on and kiki with us, or if you are silently at work, Kayla, I see you. Angelica, I see you. Hello. Welcome back. So, can y'all believe this is the third week of February already? Like, wow. We're moving right on along through 2026. So today, I want to talk about messaging that attracts the right people. In January, we talked about messaging. We talked about like our bios and all of that. But now I'm just really on this mission to say less, but say it clearer, right? Like I think the hardest part of promotion, marketing, branding is knowing what to say, knowing how to say it in a way that's clear, concise, and connects and converts, right? Like that is super difficult. So I want to help you guys leave with sharper language that actually pulls together and aligns your listeners. That's what we're trying to do. So, grab your pencil and paper. Listen, okay? If you have not already gone to the website and downloaded the February framework, go ahead and be sure to do that. I've kind of like gone off frame. It was like week 1 was choosing the platform. We did that in February. Week 2, on the framework, I think on week 2, it was like choosing your content pillars. But last week we did the pillars. We did a weekly rhythm. We chose a content day. Like I helped y'all build a whole system last week. Okay. So we're like ahead of schedule this month. If you missed last week, don't worry. I will post the replay today. I still have to edit it and get it up. So who checking back in, circling back to last week. We're not letting people off the hook. Who filmed on their non-negotiable content day last week? Let me know. Say something. You can unmute. You can say what's up.
I did.
Ailey did. Did anybody else? Let me see. Look, I'm doing it today. Look at Robin. Look at you. Ailey, oh, you dropped the link for the shelves. Okay, great. My venue canceled on me. Okay, that's a reason. That's a reason. At least you told us why. Listen, you
Yes,
weren't you just
I was going to film.
okay.
Yesterday, Tuesday is my day,
Mm-hmm.
and venue canceled, and I couldn't get the dancers that I wanted because I recorded a little Lady Gaga "Die with a Smile" salsa version. So
Oh
now
my
it's just gonna be me,
God. Uh-huh.
with no dancers,
With
and
no
that's fine.
listen, this content needs to get shot. These things need to get done. It needs to come out. So, okay, no shame in the game, no shame in the game. If any did anybody who did and who didn't? If you didn't, what got in the way? That's how we're gonna do this. Okay, Amy didn't. Kayla, did you pick a day? Did you commit to your day? Angelica, let me know in the chat if y'all working. Sienna, were you here last week? Were you traveling?
I was traveling, so I did not.
You're off the hook.
I will rewatch.
But
I
you
will
did
rewatch.
you posted that Alicia Keys cover. I said, "Oh my gosh, look at this
Oh,
girl. She
on
can
TikTok,
sing."
yeah.
Oh, who knew? Who knew? Oh my gosh. Wow, beautiful and can
TikTok.
sing. Love that for us. Angelica said, "Are we talking about if we shot content?" Yes, Angelica, that is what we were talking about. So last week, I wanted you to pick like your non-negotiable shoot day because I don't want you shooting content every single day. I wanted you to have one content day. So if you picked your day, which everybody did in the chat, I was just following up to see, if you actually filmed on that day or not. Kayla said, "No, I haven't yet, but will today." Okay. Listen, life gets in the way. I'm gonna just keep bullying you until you show up for yourself. So, no, no shame, no shame. I'm here about resolutions and results. Robin said, "Ugh, I just accepted TikTok turns by accident, so I guess I'll be back on TikTok." Oh, the terms and agreement. She's back on the app. Angelica said, "I see. Yes, I had a show last week, which was a good content day. Period. Period. But listen, what better way to get some content done than to actually be performing some music? I love to hear it. Listen, systems only work if we run them. Messaging only works if we test it, right? So I'm not just here for this to be a TED talk for y'all to feel like I did my one thing. I attended the weekly live session. No, this is not moving it forward. You got to apply the things. So happy to hear that if you didn't, choose a day, Sienna, choose a day, baby. Choose a day that's going to be your non-negotiable content day. When I repost the replay, which is going to happen today, you can run that back and see how to actually build a system, like everything that we talked about last week. But yeah, so did anybody else have any positive action that they took this week to move their music career forward, even if it feels small, that they want to share before we jump into the teachings for today? You can unmute and let me know.
Okay, for the first time ever.
Mhm.
Generally, when I work with my producer friend, he would do a track for me, send it, and then I write a song to it. But for the
Mhm.
first time ever, I sat with him in a whole session and kind of like produced a track with him, from the base of the instrumental to the end of the instrumental. Now I got to write to it, which gives me more work. But that was
Come
new. And I'm like, wait, I can do this. I was
on!
literally giving the Mariah Carey. I'm like, can you do 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 with this instrument and all this stuff? I'm like, okay, this is not as hard as I thought it was gonna be.
Listen, that is my thing. Like, we were also talking about this in the TikTok group chat, whatever. I don't know. I just call it my no conformity collective. But we were talking about music theory this week because it's just kind of like if you are making music, if it's trash or if you like it, having the vocabulary to describe what you do or don't like, having the like knowledge of what is song structure, What, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are the parts of the song that I'm supposed to even have? Like, that can only help you become a better artist. It's not about being a music snob. It's about knowing how to make music, right? So, amen to you sitting with the producer. Okay, building it from scratch. So, what is your next step now that you have helped produce the beat? How do you write your songs? Do you do like a melody first and then add words, or what's your process?
It sounds very woo-woo when I say it, but I'm like, what is the song telling me it wants to say?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like listening, and then I kind of like think of like a melody, and I'm like, what words fit into this specific melody, and then kind of go from there, which I feel like is kind of, um, you know what? Never mind, because I was gonna say was not positive for me, and it's
Yeah.
actually a good
Stop being
thing.
mean to my friend. And
Yeah,
also go
I'm.
like this. You have this one piece of fuzz on the top of your
Oh,
head,
always,
pissing me off.
always.
And then
I
there's
have
one, but
actually
right.
two.
Because what
Yeah,
we're not gonna do is we're not gonna have you on the YouTube playbacks.
look. One thing my ex did for me all the time was pick shit out of my hair because I would literally just wake up and go about my day because I don't have a show, so I don't care what my
How do
hair
we feel
looks
about
like.
our ex? Are we like F that man or
No, we're not like
oh,
we're not F
wishing
that
you the
man.
best?
He was a special person. It just didn't work.
Mm.
Yeah, which is gonna be music for me in the future.
Okay, fuel for the next
Taylor
project.
Swift, okay. But yeah, next steps is
Okay.
to take that song, write to that song. Also, like me and my producer friend, we were just like, oh wait, maybe we can like write, like put these little demos together and send them out to people for them to record them so that we get songwriting money and credits because music is hard and you don't always get the money you want. So songwrite.
Okay. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm here for all sources of income in the music industry. Run it up. Run it up, charge it up, do the things. Love it. Love to hear it. Okay. Well, cute. Let's get into the teaching this week. Amy said songwriting is where the money is. Ooh, is it really? Because listen, let me shut the hell up. I'm gonna shut the hell up.
Yeah, no, the publishing is the publishing always pays better. I mean, in the end, you're still waiting for people to actually get it out there. But
Right.
when you write it, that the publishing always pays better. So
Yeah, and songwriting is really great when people submit the splits. Wait.
register your shit. Speaking of, I need to go
Exactly.
do that on SCAP.
Yes, it's a whole thing knowing where to collect your money from because listen, y'all, there's a reason why people didn't know what a master recording was until recently, right? Or there's a like and the only reason that I know is because I come from corporate artist management where a part of my job was working with the business manager to see where all the money was, right? So I'm like, okay, we got sound exchange, we have our performing rights organization to collect royalties from like if we perform the song somewhere, then you've got to like if it is licensed for television and film, you have to make sure that it's registered. Then when you do the splits, there is a writing portion of the song, but there's also a composition portion of the song. And so knowing that the producers are on the composition portion of the song and knowing that the writers are on the writing portion of the song, what is your percentage of the splits? What is their percentage of the splits? Having agreements. Oh my God. I'm so happy I'm not a manager anymore, you guys. I'm so like talking like oh and like it because this is my thing. I love the marketing, I love the branding, I love the rollouts. The fun stuff. That is all I want to do. That not fun. Not fun. I mean, and I know about it, hate it, hate it, but all good. And how Victoria Monet got in. Is that the AI artist? Girl, no, no. That is who the AI artist stole her name from. Don't do that to Victoria. Okay, let me get out the chat and let me start teaching y'all what I want to talk to you guys about today. So, February has been us going from find to funnel. We are talking about visibility systems and visibility with intention. So in January, we focused on clarity. We clarified who you are. We clarified who you're for, right? We had Nate come in and talk about how important it is to know who you are as an artist. And if you forgot about that session, like run to YouTube because the playbacks are really cute. And actually, we have people who like check in weekly and love you guys. So even if you want fans, listen, go to the comments, okay? Like they love seeing the community on the playback. So happy that we are like on camera and unmuting ourselves more. Anyways, February exists to help y'all really activate this visibility thing. And so visibility comes from turning that clarity that we had in January into consistent, intentional presence so that the right people can actually find y'all. So that is why the first week of February, we picked your platform to focus on, right? Because it's about being seen consistently and being understood quickly. So we were like, instead of trying to be everywhere and do everything all at once, let's just pick one platform and let's lock in. Last week, we picked one non-negotiable content day, and we also discussed a weekly content rhythm. And I shared example of those universal content pillars. So I have helped you build visibility systems, right? The who in the system, that was the audience clarity that we got in January. Your content pillars, that's the what. Your platform that you selected, that's the where. Your rhythm, last week when we were talking about what is your content day and then what you do on a weekly basis so that you not writing, recording, and releasing content every single day. Like that just sounds horrible, So that is like, let's get a system in here so that we don't burn ourselves out. So that was the rhythm that was teaching you when, and then your artist clarity, that was your why, right? Y'all got that back in January. So you have all of the tools that you need to show up consistently. So, however, you can post consistently and still not grow if people don't understand you, which is why today we're talking about messaging. You see how it all ties together? Listen, I do this. I promise I do this for real. I promise people pay me to do this. I promise. So, let's talk about Amy. Amy said we pay you. Right. Y'all are the someones who pay me to do this, literally. Let's talk about messaging that sticks, that it's not just clear messaging. This is for your people. So like I said, January we worked on clarity. That was your tagline, that was your positioning, that was your identity. So that in January the messaging was all about clarity, right? Today is different. Today we're building recognizable language. This is what I like. I want the hooks, the intros, the closings, like all of that great stuff, right? So this week is about messaging rhythm. So it's delivery and recognition. How are we going to get the people who you make music for here? How are they going to discover you? Right? Like that's what we are going to focus on. So the artists who grow, they don't just say clear things, they say familiar things, right? Familiar is repeatable, and repeatable is memorable. Again, it's not about saying more, it's saying less, more clearly, right? So if your audience can predict how you start or end your content, you're building identity. And it's not gimmicky, it's not forced. It's not, hey fam, like energy. No, we don't. That's not what we're going for here. So we're building recognition. Let's talk about what makes someone recognizable. So what makes someone recognizable? So an opening line, right? I see I see a lot of you guys performing your music. I see you guys having like overlay text hooks. But I don't see like repeatable language. Like I don't does anybody have like a repeatable intro or anything that they use that I am missing maybe that they want to share? No? Okay. Okay, great. I'm looking and everybody's head is shaking no. Okay, great. So, these are some examples, but I don't want you to use these because these are generic as hell. I want you guys to like build your own thing, right? So, if you've ever felt blank, nobody talks about this, but blank. Let me tell you what this song is really about. For the girls who blank, right? So the point isn't the line, it's the pattern. It's the pattern. A line that I use, so I have started noticing a pattern with my content that everybody is super into branding. I guess branding isn't something that a lot of people talk about in music. So I've started doing this thing where it's like, okay, let me build my brand in public. Let me have weekly, music branding tips. And the opening line that I have is like, it's actually kind of funny. Cause that's how I talk. Like, like if we were on the phone, I'd be like, girl, it's actually kind of funny. So like that is something that I would actually say. So is there something that you say, right? When you have a conversation with your friends, with your husband, with your homegirl, with whoever, with your kids, is there something? Is there already something that you say when you open up conversations? That can be the repeatable opening line that you use. Because a repeatable intro, it's not a catchphrase, right? It's like a lens, like showing people who this is for and like getting them in here. So me being like, it's actually kind of funny. It's like, girl, what's funny? What? Right? That's the hook, is that like they're trying to see what I'm laughing about. So that's A, repeatable opening line. B, a recurring framing device, right? So always tying stories to one core value. Maybe you used to be about that life. Maybe there's videos of you, in the street popping bottles, or maybe there's videos of you closing out a rock show and like jamming out. And you know what I'm saying? Breaking a guitar, something crazy. So that's like the story. That's the visual hook. And is it tying back to, you might be wondering how I got here. Like that type of vibe, right? Like where it's like, because I'm not this artist now, but I'm still an artist or whatever, right? Always ending with a reflection. It's like, let me make it to the end of the video because they always have something good to say. Always anchoring back to this is for the blank, whoever it's for. That's for you, that's for your audience, that's for your brand clarity to know how to fill in the blank. But messaging becomes sticky when people start recognizing your rhythm. So no more throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. Let's like be intentional and let's like be consistent for a little bit and see, right? If it's consistently trash and not doing anything, then adjust. But can we like try something consistently more than twice? Like let's try something for a month, 4 times, 4 posts. And if it doesn't do what you need it to do, then switch it up. That's what I mean with consistency. So, what makes someone recognizable? A, repeatable opening line or intro. The examples that I gave were, if you ever felt nobody talks about this, but we've seen these like types of intros, right? I don't want you guys to do those. I want you guys to do something that's like personal to you. But if you didn't know where to, don't worry. We'll have hot seats soon. We'll work on it together, okay? B, recurring framing device, right? So always tying stories back to a core value, always ending with a reflection, always anchoring this back to this is for, right? This is cigarette mom rock. The antithesis to divorce dad rock. That was the funniest thing I ever saw in my life. That was but that's so clear. Like that's such great branding and marketing and messaging that I'm like in love with it. But you see how like I don't ever forget that?
Yeah.
Like I never forget that description.
The only thing I don't like about it is the cigarette thing, because who freaking smokes anymore? I mean, nobody in my world, unless they're smoking pot.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which isn't me.
Nobody said that it had to be tobacco cigarettes. But what you could do is you could play around where it's like, have you ever like seen when people have the Smarties candies and they like chop it up and they like blow it out and it looks like you did it when you were kids? Your kids might have done this.
Never did
but something like that, or like even having like like bubblegum cigarettes or something like that. It's like cigarette mom rock without the cigarettes. Just like making like fun of it, because you don't smoke, right? So it's not about like I'm a cigarette smoker and I make cigarette mom rock. It's like when I think of cigarette mom rock, it's like, yeah, like Screamo, like Alanis Morissette. You know what I'm like? It's
Yeah.
a vibe, right? So it's like that it's just it doesn't have to explain you to a T to be your branding or to be your clear. So anyways, C, the last thing and that makes someone recognizable, consistent closing energy, right? How am I going to talk about intros and not tell you how to close your content? So a short sign off, a little subtle mantra, a reoccurring invitation, anything except like, comment, share, subscribe. Okay, anything but that. So something more like, stay soft, stay strong. We don't shrink here. Um, more, my thing, I'd be like, stay tuned with Jazz, but that's because I'm a TV show. I'm always on your screen. The vibe matters more than the exact words. That's what it really is. And so again, I want y'all to think about how you guys actually talk, right? So we know that we need to build recognition. I gave you guys the 3 simple buckets of what makes someone recognizable: opening lines, reoccurring framing device, consistent closing energy. Now, I want to leave you guys with this. This is the non-corny rule. Okay. So make it plain, say it simply, right? So, a bad example of a way to explain yourself is genre blending artist creating a sonic journey. It's like, what? What did we say? We said a lot of things and we also said nothing at the same time. I make music for ambitious women who are learning to stop settling. I make music for women who have the courage to be a soft after a lifetime of being savage. That's actually a tagline that I did for my client Sarah Savage, who is rebranding from a rapper to an R&B singer. I was like, girl, you can sing. Why were we even rapping? But she's about that life, right? So artists avoid repetition because they are scared of being cringe. They're scared of being seen as like a content creator. But corny isn't repetition. Corny is inauthentic repetition, right? So saying the same thing all the time, saying the same thing that we see a million other artists say, like, oh, you doom scrolled enough to do this, you did this, or only 200 people made it here. Like that's the kind of stuff that's like corny because it's inauthentic. It's not original to you. And so that might make you feel cringe. Some artists get stuck in the loop of only creating content like that because that's the only thing that gets pushed out and seen. It feels scary to go from getting, 15,000 views to getting 300. Right? So if you have never even had views like that before, consider yourself lucky, because you're still teaching the algorithm what to expect from you. So you've got to give it this test. If it feels forced, if it's louder than you naturally are, if it feels like something that you copied, then it won't stick. But if it feels like how you already talk, if it's just slightly elevated, let's use better words. I say like and a lot. So I have to find like clear, concise, better words to say what I'm trying to say. And that's where ChatGPT comes in. But you got to be like, talk like me, right? When I have ChatGPT do anything for me, I'm like, I need it to have the big sis energy with the CEO brain. I need it to be direct yet comedic because that's how the fuck I talk, right? Like that's me, right? So you better whip that AI into shape because don't let it speak for you because it's gonna sound like a robot. It don't know how to sound like you. You need to tell it how to sound like you. But anyways, that's just for brainstorming. That's like if you know what you want to say, but you don't know what words to use, then tap that in. So, like I said, give it the test. If it feels forced, louder than how you naturally are, or like something you copied, it won't stick. If it feels like how you talk, if it's slightly elevated, easy to repeat, then it's usable because recognition grows faster than reinvention. So if every single you're reinventing yourself, if every time you release music or post, you are trying to do a new format, a new style, a new series, right? No wonder you can't get consistent. That's a job. That's a lot of work. It's tough. It's difficult. So I'm gonna leave you guys with these before and after examples, and then let's get into the hot seats. We can do some messaging audits. So before example, independent artists blending R&B and alternative sounds. After, I make late night R&B for people who feel everything deeply but don't always say it out loud. That's clear. Before, spiritual, high vibrational music. What is it, gospel? I don't know what that is. Music for people healing out loud and refusing to shrink anymore. Oh, okay. I can see myself in that. I can clap myself in that, right? So if your messaging could apply to 10,000 other artists, it's not specific enough. It's not clear. It's not you. All right. Okay, let's jump into the hot seat. Does anybody have any ideas on intros or hooks that they've used recently that didn't work the way that they want to? Closings that they want to try out, a reoccurring phrase or a caption that didn't perform the way that you wanted to. Not everybody unmute all at once. That's Jill Scott. What's Jill Scott, Robin?
The new version of this, the spiritual, like high vibration, like I'm healing out loud and all this stuff.
Yeah.
With her new "Squeeze My Meat" like song that she put out was giving very that.
Oh. Listen, Jill, I love this rollout for Jill Scott. It's very much like I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do. Guess who I am? Jill motherfucking Scott. It's like, oh, love that.
Her new album was so gorgeous. I listened to it all the way through and I was just like, yes, this is what I needed. This is what I needed.
I loved her interview with the Breakfast Club where she had this quote where she was just like, when Marvin Gaye and Shaka Khan were releasing their music, they might not have had the number one, whatever on the charts, but those things don't matter. They're able to sell out arenas and go on tours for the rest of their life. She's like, I have done that. I have that is my, you know what I'm saying? So like success looks different for every artist. That's what the goals need to be based on, right? Not what society tells us makes us a successful artist or not. But okay, y'all, let's get into this. Let's get into this messaging. I make blank for blank who are blank. If you are blank, this music is for you. This is for the ones who, we've defined our audience, didn't we? We should be able to say who our music is for at a bare minimum.
So I'm just sitting here thinking, because I've never had a hook with any of my content. I don't have an intro and a sign off.
What do you say when you're excited?
I gotta say, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I just typically say. But it's like I do best when you saw the rant, like 5,000, I'm almost up to 6,000 views because I went off on what an asshole Lee Bryce is, and I can't replicate that energy. I can't replicate that repeatedly. But anyway, I was just sitting here thinking about I make music for blah blah blah, and there's the words that keep coming back to me are like loud, difficult, women who are labeled that way. And one of the things I was thinking of as I was driving home just a while ago was one of the reasons, and for any of you who've seen the Just Being Melanie, We Do Not Care Club, one of the reasons the We Do Not Care Club has taken off so much is because women in perimenopause, the reason we do not care is because hormonally, we literally like lose all the estrogen. And the estrogen is what makes us care. The estrogen is what makes us want to nurture the baby and take care of it and do all of the things.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at a stoplight and she's not in the house, so I can say this. My teenage daughter's driving me nuts. I'm like, get out of my house. Just get out. And I'm like, what kind of awful mother am I? I'm like ready for her to just leave. But it's because women at this phase of my life, we are done with the caring and the nurturing. And the reason men don't like us is because, oh my gosh, all of a sudden we're just like them.
How they've been their entire, like, right, exactly. You just lost all your estrogen and just became like this.
So I'm trying to think of how to condense that. Like, you know, women who, I can't do the we do not care because that's just being Melanie, but like women who are, I have this friend who is like the most exhausted people pleaser I know. And I just wish she would she loves my music and she loves what I say. And I want her to embrace that sense of self again.
Yeah, I mean, it's cigarette mom rock for the, I don't know if you're pre, post, whatever menopausal girls who have lost their estrogen and the will to care.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like, say that repeatedly. Like that is it, girl. That is it. And it's like, like that is so clear. That's super clear. That refines how you talk about your music. That's what I'm trying to get you to do, is be clear and consistent about how you talk about your music. Your rant, that was something that was timely, right? You can do rants at any time. I think the best thing about your video though was like, I like seeing you like walk around your property and see your horses and stuff. I'm like, girl, you got a farm? Like, but so that's the thing too. It's visually stimulating. You're over here talking about horse shit and kicking a horse back into their thing. Like, and so you're having a story time while you're walking around, right? That's totally different than you being in the room performing something and having text above your head. That's like interesting to watch as I'm hearing you tell your story. So you can do plenty of rants like that, because literally every day, girl, there is a parade going around in Germany with all these floats of Donald Trump, and you can do a green screen being like, more of this. This is what I want. Tens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I create, cigarette mom rock for everyone who is enjoying the, you know what I'm like, that you can, girl, this is your time. We ride at dawn. This is your time. And like, everyone is fucked up, furious, mad at this. Nobody can deny it anymore, right? Like, so this is really your time to lock in and say what a lot of docile white women might not be able to say, because they have to live under their husband's thumb. They don't have the freedom to say what they want because they were never allowed to get a job. And at this point, if they leave, they don't have enough money for an apartment. They can't take care of their children. They're in an abusive relationship, where the hardest part of the abusive relationship is leaving, because that's when they decide to kill. Like, I mean, we don't need to get into all of that.
Can I steal fucked up and furious? Because that's perfect. You just
did I say that?
You just said women right now need to get, we are fucked up and furious, and that's it.
Whatever you want to say. I mean, I do not suggest cursing. That might, lower the push of your videos. You could put a little booped up or whatever, with the little you could censor it out. But yeah, I don't know. I really like cigarette mom rock for the, postmortem, whatever you explained in that area of menopause where the estrogen is gone. That's who the fuck you need to talk to, because they're on TikTok. My mommy is on TikTok. My mommy is what? She was born in 69. So however old she is, she be on TikTok more than me. I'm like, why are you sending me so many videos?
I was so bummed.
They might not be the creators, but they are there, right? So that they will find you. They're
following me.
Right.
They're following me, they're commenting, they're listening. I gained a couple hundred followers this week because of that. And I was so bummed because I did do a follow-up rant about Pam Bondi being such an insufferable. See you next Tuesday. And
see you next Tuesday.
I did the whole rant while my husband was in the barn. I was cooking at the stove. I had my Rode mic on. I went back and checked it. The whole time the mic was clicking. I had to trash the whole thing, and I haven't been able to recapture it. And now it kind of, the moment's almost passed. So I'm like, because I have a theory about that. Anyway, I'm hogging.
It's all good. It's all good. We learn out loud over here. Okay. Anybody else? What do you say when you're excited? What do you say when you're venting? What phrase do your friends hear you say all the time? If I watched 5 of your videos in a row, what would repeat?
I think something I've always said, which I'm still figuring out the like my music is for this because my music hasn't been out yet. So, and we go on this journey all the time. So I'm not, but I think like for like specifically social media videos, like with my friends to this day, they like always say, you're always saying sidebar. Like I'll be having a conversation, I'll be like, sidebar, dot, 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 dot. So that could be something. I also
Cute.
was thinking like my drag family, like we have a group chat and I call them the Fierce Fam because they're like my drag children and they're like
Robin
people
Pierce.
I've mentored and all that fun stuff, whatever. But for the first time, maybe not the first time, in my broadcast, I was like, okay, Fierce Fam, what do y'all think of da 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 da? So I feel like that, like, one, it gives them a name to like hold on to, but also it's just like, okay, this is Robin Fierce content. What's going on with the Fierce Fam?
The Fierce Fam. Yes, I love the Fierce Fam. I love
Okay,
that. Hell
work.
yes.
Those are
Yes,
my
definitely
two.
repeatable language. If you are ever doing any like talking to, talking head videos, what's up, Fierce Fam? Always address us as that so that
Mm,
we know who we are, right? And
yeah.
if the group chat gets mad about it, it's like, these are not my grand littles. You better get out of here.
Oh, they'll be fine.
They'll
They
be
will be all right. Okay. And then
okay.
my last one is I'm always like, "Oh, that was a journey," or "This is a journey," or "That journey was sickening," or "This journey was a struggle." That could be maybe like the end
Yeah,
of
the outro.
specific videos.
Mhm.
So what's up, Fierce Spam? Contra, whatever. This journey was
Sidebar.
bada 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 bada.
Yeah, so you got the intro, which is, hey, Fierce Fam. You have something repeatable and recognizable, which is sidebar. Da, 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 da. And then for the closing, this was a journey. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. I
Word.
like it. What?
Look, I got somewhere today. Okay.
Okay, we did some work. I'm here for it. Yes. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Like I say, I'll hop in the hot seat.
Come on. Join us. It's hot.
I'm not too sure about certain phrases that I say, but I know I have a tendency when I'm speaking just like with my friends and my family in general that I literally just go in like full throttle. Like so like if
Mhm.
something happened to me, I'll be like I literally just say it like what was it? One day, well, this might be wait, hold on, this is gonna be recorded. Let me not say that. Hold on real quick. I gotta think of something that's a little bit softer. Look, I
Going
was
on
about to
YouTube.
look, this is what I mean. I go full throttle. But like, let's say I'm going outside and it's cold as a dickens, and then I end up slipping on ice. I literally will message my friends or I'll voice note and be like, girl, guess what just happened? And then I'll just go into like how I slipped on ice or be like, this just happened to me, or oh, I just ran into this, or oh my God, I just saw a hot dog car that looked so like a little wiener dog. Like, what in the world is going on here? Like, I'm just that type of person. So,
Y'all, guess what just happened? That sounds like an intro. If you're doing a story time or anything, So,
yes.
but also you're from the South, and so people from the South have all of these little phrases that are like so cute. Like, we're just like, like you just said the Dickens, like just so many little things. So, I think as long as it feels natural to you and doesn't feel generic, that's what
Mhm.
something that I want to be like a repeatable opener.
Yeah, because I know at the end of the day that me, myself as a person, the brand that I want to put out is that I'm just a weird black girl. Because that's who I am at
Hmm.
the end of the day. I'm very quirky. I'm very eclectic. I'm very someone that's just into a multitude of things that typically is not associated with black girls, but nowadays is getting much better. Like, but beforehand, I used to get bullied for this stuff. And I'm sitting here like, you ain't taking my anime away from me. I'm sorry. Like, it's me and my anime against the world. But it's just different stuff like that. And then I know that the type of audience that I want to put out for is especially people who may not feel comfortable being that way yet. So it might be like the little outcasts of society or the people that are like on the nerdier side and they're like, oh, I gotta hide who I am. No, be who you are. Like that's the
Yeah.
type of people that I'm trying to search for. So I was just thinking like, especially when it comes to catchphrases and stuff like that, it's much easier for me to be like, hey, what's going on with you? Like, what you talking about? Like, even my most popular video to this day is me basically going to the camera and being like, hey, you've been having it rough, haven't you? And then I talk little bit and be like, hey, I know you're going through ups and downs. It's a little bit of a pickup, but we're gonna get through this. It's okay. I kind of want to do more of that storytelling stuff when it just comes to my songs in general. Just have a story and then tie it to the song. It's just like
Mhm.
that's more like I'm enjoying my little performance videos. Like, don't get me wrong, they're fun to do, but it's just
Mhm.
moreover, I just want to go more into storytelling because that's the type of person that I want to be and the type of branding that I want to put out.
Yeah. Because I have in your content, I haven't seen you discuss anything about yourself or what you like. I have seen you promote the fuck out of your single, which is great. I mean, the single's coming out, right? Like we've discussed this. Like January was Sunflower. This month you are, you have this barbecue banger that you are releasing. And so, what I really want you to work on is if you haven't downloaded those universal content pillars from Discord or anything yet, take a look at those and personalize those for yourself so you have other things to talk about. Like, yes, it is great to perform and to promote your music. I will never take that away from you. But showing us your process, even those talking to camera motivational things, that could be like a repeatable series that you have. It doesn't have to have a title, it doesn't have to have or anything like that, but it should have repeatable language because Ailey, we like your voice. We like to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Like you give us comfort just when you speak. Um, you doing that take on me, right? It's not always about you just performing. It's also about us being able to hear that you could sing, right? Like
Oh
where
my
the
God.
alto's at, where the right, like someone being like, women don't sing like this. It's like, no, I'm gonna do it because what you also did when you did take on me, when you ended it, bitch, you didn't do it. You didn't use a falsetto. That was your full voice. That in a day or two, I was like, what is going on right now? Right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's almost at 10K. I was just like, where did y'all come from?
come on. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, like if you are a powerhouse vocalist, if you are that kind of person, doing vocal challenges like that of repeatable songs, or even like because that's the thing is that Janie, like that was her tip video or whatever, right? And she wasn't even mad. She was like, "Whoa, right?" Like, because for general people, maybe that advice applied. Guess what? You not the general people, right? Like. Okay, so that was like the great part of that whole thing, and I'm sure that there are other videos that you can see. That I think was Amy was like, "How did I miss that post?" It was posted on Instagram, not
Yeah,
her
it's on Instagram. I didn't
TikTok.
put it onto TikTok yet.
So that's how you missed it. But you see why you gotta repurpose things on all places. You gotta because I was on your Instagram. I said, Have they seen the living single thing yet?"
No. See, that's it's like this is why after last week I'm like, you know what? I need to focus on one because there'll be situations where I'll put it on both, but then some things they'll slip through the cracks where it's just like I'll put it on TikTok and not Instagram, or it'll be on Instagram and not TikTok.
Or you need to have a system where you can check that, where you know what you posted on what days and what platforms you posted it to. So that if you ever have a day where you don't feel like making something, you could just repost something from another platform that hasn't, been on here yet. So, because different strokes for different folks, different things where that is not anyways. But different things work on different platforms. I told you to pick one platform to be consistent on for, a purpose and everything like that. But if that purpose is discovery and if you were able to be discovered on Instagram, then great. You're at a different level. You've mastered the consistency. Now it is about posting with purpose on each platform. So having, learning what that is by experimentation. But I think for you, like I said, the next thing that I want to see from you is diversity in your content. So taking a look at the universal content pillars. If you don't know where to find those, just hit me up on Discord and I got you. And personalizing them to you so that you can keep your lip sync and your performance pillar, but maybe let's add some covers, let's add some duets, let's add some, where people can actually hear you sing into that kind of content. um
Yes, because I had some ideas. Because I know I want to show more of my personality. At the end of the day, kind of like the little challenge thing where it's like, what you mean women can't sing that low? Hold on a second. Let me
mhm,
step up into the plate. But
mhm,
stuff like that. And then also I wanted to bring back a little series. It's called like the A-Lee Show. And it's basically just me being a fool when I'm doing the behind the scenes process. So I'll be like recording, I might mess up, and then I'll look at the camera and be like, it's because of y'all that this happened. Like just a little stuff like that. But it's been a long time since I've done it. And then
how did
there's
it perform when you did it, and why did you stop?
I got a lot of comments from it. Like people will comment and stuff like that. But this was
Mhm,
like in the beginning when I first started, and I was like, let me finalize and get myself good with one thing and then I'll spread myself out. I think that was kind of like my mentality during that time frame. And
mhm,
then the other thing that I like doing is I like doing remixes where I will hear a song and then I'll be like, "Oh, what it would be like if I was to sing on this."
mhm.
That was something that I do want to start introducing. So I was thinking long and hard after I do Be Forever, like once it's officially out and about, I want to do a little bit more personal content, still related to music, of course, and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
still promote everything, but definitely show more of my personality. So the fact that you just brought it up and was just like, I want to see more of your personality, I'm like, okay, all right, I'm on the right track. That helps a
We're
lot.
locked in. We're clocked in. Exactly. Especially if you say you make music for the weirdos, the outsiders, that kind of stuff. Nothing that you're sharing right now will connect with weirdos or outsiders or, so yeah, getting clear on that lifestyle and personality, your storytelling, showing your process and stuff like that are definitely some ways that you can diversify your content. And if you are going to have a series or something like that, again, think about your repeatable intro, a recurring, frame or something you can do, and then a recognizable sign off.
Yeah, definitely, especially for the Ailey show, I definitely want to start doing like an intro and ending for it, kind of so that they're like, oh, this is gonna be like a little break from her singing. Like I know what to expect when they see this. So this
Yeah.
definitely helps. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm happy I could help. Okay, so for those of you who did not come on and share with me, I'm going to drop something in the chat. You can use this structure. So it's I make blank for blank who are blank, or if you are blank, this music is for you, or this is for the ones who blank. Choose one of those, fill in the blanks, and drop it in the chat. That's how we gonna sign off today, okay? If you couldn't think of like a repeatable intro or, what your content is always going to tie back to, I wanted to give you guys some structure. So just fill in the blanks and drop it in the chat. Because consistency gets you seen, but clarity gets you chosen. And I want y'all to get chose, okay? I want more than people just seeing you and following you. I want them to actually listen to your music, care about you, be checking for you. Okay. So we're all about building a fan base out here. All right, anyone. I make blank for the blank who are blank. Not Ailey, Amy, or Robin. I need Sienna, Kayla, Angelica, Rocky. Not someone who unmuted and shared, okay? I need another volunteer. Volunteer, my people in here. Okay, Sienna said this is for the ones who feel deeply but are afraid to take up too much space. Ooh, spicy. I like it. I like it. Okay, cute. Is that about your brand or is that about your music? Do you have any music recorded yet?
I have a few demos. I don't have anything like fully fleshed out, but I
Mhm.
do. I will be recording next month, so hopefully I'll have something to release. But yeah, I feel like it's a bit about both. My music is like super emotional. It,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's more of like a diary of sorts. Not to be too Alicia Keys up in here, but I feel like that's kind of what my lyrics feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't have like music on streaming, but whenever I perform, I'm usually just telling a story about like some situation that happened. Um, And that's probably the only time anybody will hear me talk about that situation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We've talked about this because I remember being like, how are you performing without any music out? Like, what are they supposed to do if they like your music? And it's
I
like,
know.
never thought about that. I'm like,
I
okay.
know, it's the worst. And they're
So
like, where can I
when you
hear this again?
perform,
And
what do
I'm
you
like,
perform?
I mean, I have a ton of songs written.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have them like fully produced and like mixed and everything to be released yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've experimented with it on my own, but I just feel like it's not like what I have in mind, like to put out into the world yet. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm like too caught
You
up in
haven't met
everything
the
else.
right producer, or you haven't, met the person who can kind of help you. But do you know about like song structure and how to put songs together and everything? And you're just like, I
Yeah.
can't get what's in, like, what I hear in my head out to the world. Is that kind of the struggle?
Yeah, I feel like it's that. And I've been trying to take time to learn how to do it myself a bit, but I definitely feel like I know song structure and such. It's more so like composition and like musical arrangement, and then definitely like the production side of like recording and everything that I'm just not super familiar with.
Yeah. It
But hopefully,
takes time. It takes time.
yeah,
That is like that's just gonna take time and repetition and
yeah,
a lot of trial and error. But
and finding
you're
a
in the
good person
development
because I
process.
feel like I work with different producers, and I'm like, we don't share the same vision here. It's not the same. So just experimenting too, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, Amy said the arranging is hard. I can't do it all alone. Yeah, it can, yeah, exactly. But there's no rush, girl. You know what I'm saying? There is no rush. Greatness does not need to be rushed. So it will come together when it comes together. But the most important part is that you're trying. It's not gonna come together if you're not in the studio. It's not,
Right.
like the audience isn't gonna come together if you don't share that you can sing. So that's dope. Even if you are building an audience now that can relate to that statement, which is hold on, let me scroll back to it because I liked
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna flesh it out a little more. I mean, yeah, that's just what I could pull from the top of my head. But I feel like I'll
Yeah.
definitely ask people that I talk to, like, what do I say
Right. I mean,
frequently?
ones who feel this could be for your bio or something like that. This doesn't have to be like your intro or your outro or anything, but ones who feel deeply but are afraid to take up too much space. That sounds like there's a lot going on in my head, but I'm a quiet, shy person. And that seems like you, Sienna. I don't know.
Yeah.
That seems like you. So I think you got the branding right, Pooks.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Robin said, what happens when your statement for your music and yourself are different? If that's a long answer, since we're at the end, I can say this for another day. The statement for your music and for yourself are different. Um, Probably because you have built a following for yourself and you have a community, so you already are a brand. And so you have an established audience. And so you as Robin Fierce, the drag queen, and you as Robin Fierce, the artist, they're not the same people, right? That's the hardest thing for you. Because you have an established brand and you have an established fan base and all of that, but at the end of the day, the people who love you for drag and for all of that, they can love your music, right? They absolutely can, because it's not like you don't sing. It's not like you don't share like with what you actually sound like and all of that. There's definitely a place for them. You have not told nobody that you're doing music. You haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like really brought people on that journey for them to even be a part of it, unless we're in your broadcast channel and stuff like that. And even with that, there might be 900 people in your broadcast channel, but like three or four of us, reply or something when we see it, right? So the way that you are consistently building and keeping your Robin Fierce drag brand, you just put music into that branding, right? Like, and you make it a part of the world that you have already established. And the people, because I ain't never heard of a drag community that don't like music. Like what are what, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they're gonna love you. Like they really are going to love you. You just have to tell them that there's something to love. Okay? Bring us into the booth with you. Bring us into the studio with you. So all right. Angelica said, I make music for the late bloomers who are on an endless self-discovery trek. If you are a dreamer, someone who finds beauty in the sadness, this music is for you. I hear that. I hear that. So that sounds beautiful. Like late bloomers who are on an endless self-discovery trek, like that is that feels like if you're in your late 20s, if you are in your, you know what I'm saying? If you are in your late 40s, if you're in your sit, like anybody can definitely relate to that because everybody on a self-discovery, like you don't ever stop finding yourself. Self-discovery, you become a different person, you have to figure out who that person is. Like it is never ending. If you're a dreamer, someone who finds beauty in the sadness, this music is for you. That's really nice. That's really nice. I like it. Angelica, I like the branding. I like that. So that's cute. I like that. Um, I don't know if this is all over the place, but these are some points I've gathered that could be, more aligned. No, this is for the Black girls in predominantly white spaces. That is the story that I want to hear from you because, baby, you are a beautiful Black girl out in Portland, Maine. Like that, but your voice, your again, you are very like you're Angelica, you're Black as hell, right? Like you're Black, like it's not on you, it's in you, right? And so it's like your choice in music. When you did a cover, you did an Andre 3000 cover of Prototype. I didn't even know that song when you did the like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that is super like outcast, like deep track, that's Black as hell, like all of those things. And so for those who love Erykah Badu, for those who love Infinity Song, for those who are discovering Momo Bird for the first time, who is a singer from Infinity Song, who are again, these are, Erykah Badu, not so much a Black girl in a predominantly white space, but if you do rock music, if you do alternative music as a Black person in a predominantly white space, I think that is very clear. That is very like that's the calling card. And you can also do, content of like Black jokes that nobody gets but your sister. You know what I'm saying? Like the only other Black woman that you see on a regular basis is your sister, right? You over here trying to raise this beautiful Black man in Portland, Maine, with your white man, husband who is into rock and DJ. I don't even know if that's your husband, but that's your man. And like, love that for him. He's also your producer, your creative partner. Like, you have such a cool life. So yeah, definitely for the Black girls in predominantly white spaces, that is it. That's it. I like that. We can lock that in. So, all right, y'all. I will drop more in Discord, but I want you guys to actually post and tag just like one short form piece of content, either using your repeatable intro, your signature framing, or your recognizable closing, right? No reinvention, no overthinking, just a story time. Testing out the one little thing that we did, okay? Share it, tag me in the Discord so that I know it's there so that I can comment on it publicly and repost it like I always love to do. But that's the one thing that I want you guys to do this week. Is just post and tag me. Tag me in Discord, not on the post. I'm not asking you to tag me in the post. I'm not trying to ruin your visibility, okay? Just share the post in Discord and tag me so that I know you did it. And like I said, that post can use your repeatable intro, your signature, framing line, or your recognizable closing. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't overthink. I just want you to come as you are and use this messaging, okay? All right, y'all. That's it for me. We over by 7 minutes. Thank you all for staying because you love me so much. Robin said, I think today was what I have been missing and thinking, oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. I would love for you guys to also create a video where you just are like, thank you, Jazz, and just share one thing that you've learned since being in ICI. Y'all can make that whenever. You don't have to ever post it. I'm gonna post it. I'm trying to you can share it with me. I will post it. But yeah, if I would love if you guys could just do like a thank you and a shout out because I don't know how I'm helping you guys, you know? And the only way that I know is if you guys share in Discord like something that has happened or something like that. But I would love to know if I am helping you, how I'm helping you. Besides us just all meeting every week and saying how much we love each other and all of that. Yeah. Okay, guys, I will let you go. Until next time, stay tuned with Jazz. Bye. I'll see you in Discord. We in
And
the
look at
Discord
that
pop.
closer.
Okay, now look at the closer.
Wait,
All right.
Jazz, two
Yes.
seconds.
Yes.
Can I also say, like, I know that you are always like, why aren't we connecting with people? Or like, why are we missing people? I don't think that it is ever a you thing. I think that you do all that you can to like get in contact and make sure that we're on top of stuff. I think that people often look for like quick solutions to like have their stuff pop off, and what we are learning from you is not a quick solution at all. So yeah, we can come to the meetings and all that stuff, and I do the best that I can, and I there's stuff that I need to improve for my stuff too, but I just want you to know, and I think everybody else who comes here on a consistent basis knows that it is not you and that we do learn from you. It is really like people having to shift behaviors and how they think and all of those things.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take up all your time. I know you got stuff to do. But I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you. I
That
need the
like
feedback. I'm out
That
here solo
perfectly
dolo.
said. Perfectly said, Robin. They're learning it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
and we're not always ready for the marathon.
No.
All the
Some of
time.
us are still in training.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
We got
I
to learn how to
appreciate
run a
you.
mile before we can do 23.
Very that. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week.
Okay, see you next week or in the Discord.
Or in the or yes, I'm girl,
It's okay. I'm just gonna bully you until you're in there. That's
and I appreciate it.
it.
Okay,
Love you
bye.
guys. See you next week.